When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome, everyone, to Palo Alto, California, the farm and the home of the Stanford Cardinal. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the MAC, the Stanford Cardinal. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Auburn Tigers offense will get first crack at it today. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if...
There he goes! And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. There's a rich tradition of running the football at Auburn, from James Brooks, Joe Cribbs, Bo Jackson, Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown. They love to find a tough running back to feed the rock.
Such great history, such great lineage of ground and pound and great athletes, and it's just a physical mindset of Auburn, and they're always that team that wants to run the football.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Let's send the tight end in motion. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit, forcing the incompletion?
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Unloads quickly. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Wide receiver going in motion. Taylor wants to throw. It's complete! They will score! Touchdown, Auburn! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
What an exciting way to start this season. This offense had a plan. They knew who they wanted to be, but you had to come out and execute it, and that was a beautiful first drive, creating some momentum, not only for this offense, but for this squad to start the season.
And he's going to bring it out. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return, as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Stanford's offense will get the ball for the first time. And Jesse, if there is an old war horse, a real war daddy in the training facility, here he is, back to run the show again.
Well, that's a great point, and there is no substitute for experience. There is a lot of expectation.
Breaks into the open. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Guys, let's talk just for a second about Stanford. One of the big storylines coming into this year was the rising temperature of the coach's seat, and the process of cooling things off starts now.
All offseason, this coach has said the right things. I'm not worried about it. I'm not focused.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
Man, those are backbreakers. Defensively, you get so excited. You force the fumble, I'm going to get a turnover, and the offense falls on the football.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Stanford lines up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So here comes the Auburn offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give on the option. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. Let's talk for a second about Auburn. What does the top 5 ranking mean for week 1? Optimism, hope, maybe, David, an excuse for the other team's fans to rush the field if they knock you off?
Well, it means, first of all, absolutely nothing, because preseason rankings don't show up anywhere at the end of the season, but it means this team is talented. It means they're thought of highly. They got to go earn it, Jesse, and it starts today, but the talent obviously is all over the field.
The number in the preseason rankings means absolutely nothing. You saw Florida State recently start in the top 10. They won 2 games by the end of the year. So you've got to go earn it. Yes, you're talented. And yes, a lot of eyeballs are going to be watching you and people are really excited. You've got an opportunity to do things really that are special this season, but you've got to earn it on the field.
And the Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Taylor wants to throw it. Makes the catch. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Oh, they're after him. He makes the grab. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Now to see see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive and the turnover, not what you're looking for when you have the lead, Jesse.
Yeah, and really I think for them, it's just staying out of their own way. They're making plays. They've got the playmakers to go. This game, so it's just a matter of executing better, David.
Executing better, understanding I still got the lead, put a drive together here and build on that lead.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone from there.
Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. They'll run play action. Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Guys, let's chat a little big picture Auburn. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Oh, he's got some space. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching it.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Well, it's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Sets up the screen. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. On the run, still looking. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Thomas back to pass. Unloads it left. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. Stanford lines up to punt it away. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Takes the handoff. It's Henderson. Oh, what a cut! An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This guy's a game changer at the running back position, man. And don't you just feel like you have to be if you're going to be toting the rock at Auburn? Bo Jackson obviously won a Heisman Trophy. Cadillac Williams, Ronnie Brown on the same team at the same time. And then Tank Bigsby here in recent years, too. Physical runners, but they also had speed. They were the total package, and I think this guy fits right into that category.
To the air on second down. Finds his man. It's Davidson. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, still got him on the turf. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. They've got the screen set up. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in second and manageable.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
Across the 45. Turning it on. He now has 62 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. And the Tigers, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Motion from the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw. Here's a heat. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body. They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Nice grab in traffic. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man, it's Davis. Made a defender miss. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Wants to fire on second down. Finds the tight end. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Thomas looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Right down the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, the offense is doing their best to try and at least get into field goal range here at the end of the first half. So they take a vertical shot down the field, but give the defense credit. Lots of eyes back there on the quarterback. They're able to break on the ball and make sure that throw falls incomplete.
He'll take another shot here. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Palo Alto. And it's been a dynamite first half, leading to a one-sided score right now. It's not over, but I think both sides know this is on the verge of a blowout. That opposing defense is inside its locker room right now wondering 2 things. What just happened, and what do we do now to try to make this respectable? And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Stanford Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. The Tigers will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Line getting set on 2nd down. From the gun to give, looking for room. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They're going to ride this running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Now the play fake. Under fire. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Thomas back to pass. Trying to set up the screen. He gets it up to the 37-yard line, and let's see if they're willing to gamble on 4th down. Stanford lines up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Catches it at the 15. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. So here comes the Auburn offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Going to try to get it himself. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And this is the frustration in playing man-to-man coverage. All the guys on your defense are chasing their guys. He notices it, he takes off, he chews up yards.
It's a fumble! Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Oh, and it's a hit like that will absolutely light up the sideline, light up the stadium, change the momentum, and help you win a football game because that hit is what caused that fumble.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
And what you talk about on defense is speed, is penetration, getting in the backfield, making something happen. And you could tell they got in there so quick, the offense couldn't recover, couldn't do anything with them. Nice job getting the tackle for loss.
Throws to the wideout. It's caught. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
Well, that's one the DB, I think, would like to have back. Out route, he was in man coverage. If he could have just got out of his break a little bit sooner, he might have had a chance to intercept that one and take it to the house.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The pull and throw off the RPO. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Thomas looking to fire. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. This is makeable field goal range here, but it looks as if they'll go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, going to the air. Hauls it in easily enough for the 1st down. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. That's the end of the period, and Auburn has the lead. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Trying to pound it in. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This is what you love to see from your red zone defense now. You're making the opponent go backwards. Really nice stop on the run, a TFL. Now you got a big second down here, probably expecting the offense to throw it with a little bit more room to work with.
The inside handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
And we've seen a lot of that from this offense, unfortunately. Just quarterback and wide receivers just not in sync. And sometimes it happens and they get out of sync and they don't make big plays. But, man, you're in a huge deficit. You need big plays down the field, so somebody's got to make a play for their quarterback.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Stanford! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this strike.
There he goes! And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. The Tigers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Hand off from the shotgun.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Caught in the backfield, it's Henderson. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll keep it himself. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback on design plays. And if you can just give him a little crease, he can take it the distance, but they couldn't get it done there.
Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And that's why, as a defense, you can stay in your base personnel because of that linebacker. You don't have to substitute DBs to take on these receivers out in space. This linebacker is quick, he's athletic, and he is out.
Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. How about this Tiger quarterback etching his name alongside the greats and maybe wearing out Aubie with extra push-ups after all these points?
And you just think about those guys having those kind of days as Nick Marshall, Cam Newton, just superstars at the position. That's what kind of day he's having so far.
The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. What a good mix of plays keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Guys, let's take a big picture view of Stanford. Unless there is a dramatic turn of events, this is not going to be a way to cool off that hot seat.
And they're going to have to be able to handle adversity and handle the outside noise moving forward, because losing this game in week 1, all the detractors, all the naysayers, that noise is going to get louder. That hot seat is getting even hotter. And I think all eyes are going to be on this program now, David, seeing how they turn the page and move on from this.
And I give you Exhibit A. Jesse Palmer just turned up the hot seat. All eyes are on them. They got to win. They got to do this. Starting off on the wrong foot. This is exactly what happens. It becomes a distraction. We're going to find out how good of a coach he is, and we're going to find out how loyal these fans are really quickly in this season.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He's got it for a big play. He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 and the 38, and these guys are on the move.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
Stanford quickly to the line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Thomas back to pass. Trying to find the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone.
Man, it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Caught over the middle. It's Henderson. Open space at the 25. Oh, he's got some space. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. Auburn doing business in the red zone. To the air on first down. He's got it and still on his feet. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive. Going to work on second down in the red zone and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Auburn.
Well, these players came together. I've been so impressed, not just by the talent, but also by their composure. Handling this kind of environment in the first game of the season, this says a lot about the leadership in that locker room.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Bell. Wide open space. Touchdown, Stanford! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. So here comes the Auburn offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they tried to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen,
He'll take a deep shot here. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Gets it out fast. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Big fella moving. Touchdown, Auburn! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And how about it? Everyone getting involved, getting the big tight end involved. This offense has done an unbelievable job scoring points. This defense has had no answers. Just keep it rolling, offense.
And that kick was perfectly down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. And the heat gets there, and they get it down at the 14-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Thomas looking to fire. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. Makes a move. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game. Well in.
He's loose. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers.
Well, this offense said they wanted to start the year all gas and no brakes, and that's exactly what this game has shown. From the very opening whistle, this offense has been in sync. They've been explosive. Defense has had no answer for them. This unit is going to give teams problems because of their playmaking ability all year long.
This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You got to take the week of practice very seriously.
Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big